Hey guys, how ya doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of JoJo no Kimyou no Bouken Ougon no Kaze, or you could call it JoJo's Bizarre Adventure of Golden Wind on episode 28. This episode broke me to pieces. I never thought the way how it went, it would go out like that. Let's just get this started. We had to it that after Narancia killed his target, we see to it that Risotto is still alive, and the boss orders Risotto like, "You've done well as a Hitman team's true leader. Now restore the iron within me, and I will grant you the death you deserve. I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't want to be killed by Bruno and his fellow friends after what they did to you. You really want to go out that way?" But we see to it that Risotto decides to make his last stand to take the boss down with him. But unfortunately, the boss activates his Crimson Emperor's ability and manages to escape right in the nick of time. And therefore, Risotto will be the one to be killed. And we see to it, of course, that Bruno orders Abacchio to do the replay of where the photo was taken at, And of course, Abacchio says it will take about 10 minutes at most, Try to keep an eye out. And we see to it, of course, that Narancia and Bruno decides to go to the location where someone is trying to escape. Or go to the location where they killed the person. And they realize it was Risotto, but after looking into some clues and detective work from Bruno himself, he realizes that that someone was with Risotto earlier and is on the run. And of course, Narancia and Bruno were doing the best they can to find the guy. And of course, Bruno tells Narancia to warn Giorno and Mista about what's ahead of what happened in the nick of time. But we see to it that the boss is barely able to move because he lost a lot of blood, not to mention iron in his body. But unfortunately, we see to it that Bruno and Narancia arrived just in the nick of time to think that they were going to get to the boss. But apparently that was not so. They will end up finding a kid whose mouth is sewed shut and all tangled tied up. They realize what the hell is going on and they have to hurry back. And we see to it that Abacchio, who's continuing his replay of Moody Jazz, we see to it that he decides to help some kids do to get their soccer ball after they're making too much noise. But unfortunately, what makes it worse, and I know I'm saying this many times, we see to it that the boss, in freaking disguise, ends up using his stand to stab Abacchio with his arm and says, luck came to me after all, and after fulfilling his mission, decides to go back. We see to it that Abacchio ends up having some kind of afterlife moment with a former friend or partner of his back then. And we see to it that Abacchio does not have much time left and tries to talk to his friend about why is he doing this, And we see to it that the guy tells him it's best to find out the truth and it will help out, And going back to reality, we see to it that Bruno, Narancia, Giorno, and Mista arrived way too late. Of course, Narancia tells Giorno to go heal up Abacchio and bring him back. But Giorno, on the other hand, realizes that he can't do it because the damage that Abacchio gotten from the boss himself, not to mention the blood loss, along with being a little bit too late, who knows how long, Giorno can't do it. And this really upsets Narancia, and Bruno says, "We gotta go. We can't find out the boss's identity anymore." But unfortunately, fortunately, Abacchio left one last clue before he died. He had something in his hand, and Giorno decides to use his golden experience to make use of it. And we get to see to it that he left one last power of his Stan's abilities to figure out who the boss's true face is, and they end up seeing it on stone, like engraved behind the picture. Not to mention, after realizing who the boss is, they decide to continue their journey, and Abakio, who apparently is talking to his former partner police friend who died many years ago because of Abakio's weakness or something. We see to it that Abakio's spirit ends up from the skies, looks down at his friends, and his former partner policeman tells him, "You see, what you left behind will give him the right truth, and everything will be okay." And the episode ends off with Abakio's spirit in the skies. You know, it's because of this episode right here, reminds me that JoJo has no problems, like, doing kill-offs, especially at this point. I mean, anyone get a reminder of part 3 of what happened to Avdol and Kakyoin? Yeah. There was... But now that I'm just watching this episode right here, this is involved with the criminal underworld, not to mention a mafia gang, dude. Some things like this are tends to happen if you betray the entire group, and a punishment is upon you. That's pretty much death. But, you know, Abakio, he was a cool guy. I mean, he never liked Giorno, never trusted him, and I may have an understanding why, but he made one last recall or one last pitch to his friends to know what the boss's true face is. Unfortunately, the boss's face is now a different one, hidden in the disguise of what? A young kid who goes by the name of Doppio. So, whatever's bound to happen next with Bruno and his gang, especially Giorno, depending on how things go, they already lost a comrade. Nah, make that 2. Fugo left, apparently, and Abakio's dead. Who knows if Fugo might come back. If he does come back, that'd be great. But, you know, after seeing how he didn't want to go with his friends after what Bruno did, guess. So until then, I will see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero, people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot.